Let's speak to Tim Mosedale, who's climbed Everest twice. He's in Cumbria, a very mountainous part of northwestern England. Tim, thanks for being with us. Do you suspect that these people who unfortunately died on their descent were ill prepared?
Well, it's difficult because I'm not there and I can't comment on these particular individuals. Who knows? There are a variety of factors that could be taken into account. It could be equipment failure. There could be a sudden collapse due to the altitude, cerebral edema, pulmonary edema. It could be any number of things. Exhaustion is often accountable for these tragic events as well. So it's difficult to say. We're not there.
How, though, do you prepare to climb Everest? And is it a fitness regime you have to follow? Is there any way you can avoid any of the environmental hazards, like a lack of oxygen, altitude sickness?
There are some factors that you can avoid, being aware of your environment, remaining hydrated, moving at certain times of day. So there are things that you can take into your control. There are others that you can't, avalanche from above, sudden illness, equipment failure, for instance. The training regime, it's a difficult one. If you've been climbing for years and you have that passion and that drive and the ambition to do Everest, then it's well within your ability. But you still don't know how you'll perform at altitude.
Okay, if someone, I mean, there are a lot of people nowadays, it seems Everest is becoming easier to climb, access to Everest, and there are more and more tourists, it seems, who want to do it with very little preparation. If I came to someone like you, an expert, and said, it's my dream to climb Everest, Tim, will you take me? How would you make the decision as to whether you would be willing to take me up there or not?
Well, it just so happens that this weekend I'm meeting up with someone who has asked me that very question. We're going climbing this weekend in the Lake District, and I'll be giving him a very frank answer as to whether it's a dream that he should, just dream about, or whether it's something that he can put into action. It may be in 2 years' time. It's like if you wanted to do a marathon, you generally start with fun runs, you build up to half marathons, you go and do a marathon. If you went and did a marathon tomorrow, having never run before in your life, the chances are you wouldn't complete it. You might complete it very, very slowly. But on Everest, if you went to do it tomorrow, and if you were too slow, then you're not going to come down. So, you need to build up and you need to be prepared for these things mentally and physically.
Tim, great to talk to you. Many thanks indeed for that. Tim Mosedale there, live from Cumbria.